But of course, that's one thing nice about the Sony RX10. You do have, picture styles and creative styles to choose from. So if you're ever, getting bored or, should I go out and take some pictures or I really don't feel like it, there are numerous ways in this camera where you can basically shoot anything. In picture styles and, all those other things you can choose from. You have, let me turn off my AC here for a second. Sorry about that. You can choose from, black and white, sepia, different types of contrast, clear. You can have a watercolor effect. It's just amazing. And I'm going to be, showing them here on the screen, which you can pull up in your, in your file in the camera itself. One thing you can't do though is shoot in RAW. That's why I wanted to bring that up. It has to be in JPEG only. And of course, when you're shooting in RAW, that's exactly what that is. It's basically let's just say a color negative of what you're taking a picture of to process later. Just like if you're shooting film, of course you got to get that process to get the picture. Kind of the same way with RAW when you're looking at digital. You're going to have to process it later to get what you want, maybe other than the Hasselblad. But I digress. So I'm going to put the charts up here, which shows you what the back of the camera looks like to some extent, but also the charts which are in the manual for the Sony RX10 Mark IV, which you can download. It's a digital, manual that you can get for the camera itself. But in those individual selections, you'll notice like a little arrow next to one. And that way you can refine it or change the, let's say, if you want to shoot in a selective color, for example, you can shoot in red, green, blue, or yellow, which means you can shoot a picture. Let's say you're taking a picture of a taxi cab. Let's just say it's yellow. I know they're all different colors. But let's just say it's yellow. So you can put selective color to yellow. It's going to show the color yellow. Everything else is black and white. So if you want to really contrast something or really want to make something stand out, that's one way you can do it. That's what I do sometimes. I'll go out and I'll just use the selective color tool and I'll try and find something that's blue. I'll keep looking. Okay, blue, 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 or red or yellow or green. Of course, green, if you have a lot of foliage, that's not going to be too selective. But it solves some of the monotony, and you get into that sometimes, the monotony of taking pictures and, oh, what else am I going to take a picture of today? So go through these, two processes, and I'm sure you'll find something in there that agrees with you. This is going to be a short video, but I also want to mention that I do have a website, which I presently have up, somewhat running, but it's still in the process. And it's jswilsonphotography.com, and I'll leave a link below here, so if you want to, go right to it. But it's J as in Jeff, S as in Sam, wilsonphotography.com. And that way you can see some of the shots that I've taken, with specifically this camera, but there's probably other cameras in there too, but most of the recent ones are with this camera and or with the Hasselblad. Just if you want to look to see what interests me or maybe get some ideas off of it, I'm more than happy to share it with you. But again, still my favorite camera with the Peak Design wrist strap here. And this is almost always the one I go to when I go outside. 24 wide angle to 600 telephoto, or if you want to use the clear image zoom, 1200 telephoto. You really can't beat that. So, as I see you again, hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And if I don't see you before, have happy holidays and a great new year. Bye-bye now.